If you think the 2026 Ford Ranger Super Duty is just a tougher Ranger, you might be missing the real story. Because this truck isn't built for casual weekend runs to Home Depot, it's built for serious work, and that changes everything about ownership. The 2026 Ford Ranger Super Duty sounds like the perfect middle ground between a half-ton and a heavy-duty truck. But before you sign anything, there are some real-world ownership concerns you need to understand. Let's break it down honestly. Why the 2026 Ford Ranger Super Duty matters in the US. In the United States, the mid-size truck segment has exploded. Trucks like the Toyota Tacoma, Chevrolet Colorado, and Nissan Frontier are selling like crazy because buyers want capability without full-size bulk. At the same time, heavy-duty trucks like the Ford F-250 Super Duty dominate the serious towing and fleet market. So where does the Ranger Super Duty fit? It's positioned as a compact, heavy-duty option, more capability than a regular Ranger, less size than a full Super Duty. For contractors, overlanders, and rural buyers, that sounds ideal. But in real ownership, the story is more complicated. Let's talk about the problems. Problem number 1, price creep, too close to full-size territory. The biggest issue isn't power, it's pricing. Historically, mid-size trucks were attractive because they saved your money, both upfront and long-term. But the Ranger Super Duty changes that equation. With heavy-duty upgrades, reinforced chassis components, bigger cooling systems, and upgraded suspension, the MSRP climbs fast. Once you add 4x4, towing packages, and safety tech, you could be dangerously close to entry-level full-size pricing. At that point, buyers start cross-shopping with problem number 3, fuel economy reality. Let's be honest, heavy-duty capability rarely equals good fuel economy. If the Ranger Super Duty comes with a more powerful turbocharged or diesel option, plus reinforced components and higher curb weight, fuel costs are going up. And in the US, fuel prices fluctuate constantly. Compared to a standard Ranger or even hybrid alternatives in the segment, ownership costs could increase significantly over 5 years. Buyers cross-shopping with fuel-efficient mid-size options may be surprised by lower real-world MPG, higher maintenance costs, more expensive replacement parts. For fleet buyers, that matters even more. Operational cost per mile is everything. If your job doesn't require that extra capability daily, you may end up paying for strength you rarely use. Problem number 4, niche positioning equals niche resale? Resale value in America favors mainstream trims. Regular Rangers sell well, full Super Duty trucks sell extremely well, but a Super Duty mid-size hybrid category? That's untested territory. Will it hold value like a traditional heavy-duty truck? Or will buyers prefer proven options like the Ford F-250 Super Duty when shopping used? There's a risk that resale lands somewhere in between. Not bad, but not class-leading either. And if you're financing over 60 to 72 months, depreciation matters a lot, especially if this truck becomes more of a niche enthusiast or commercial model rather than a mass-market hit. Problem number 5, overlap within Ford's own lineup. This may be the most important issue, internal competition. Ford already sells the Ranger, the Ford Ranger Raptor, the F-150, and the F-250 Super Duty. So where exactly does the Ranger Super Duty live? If you want performance, Raptor. If you want towing and space, F-150. If you want serious hauling, F-250. That leaves the Ranger Super Duty appealing to a very specific buyer, someone who needs more durability than a Ranger, but doesn't want the footprint of a full-size truck. That's a narrow slice of the market, and narrow segments sometimes struggle in the US, where buyers often default to bigger is better. Ownership perspective, the daily reality. Let's zoom out. Owning the 2026 Ford Ranger Super Duty likely means higher upfront cost, slightly stiffer daily ride, increased fuel spending, strong capability you may not use every day. But it also means easier maneuverability than a full-size, serious towing confidence for its size, and a unique position in the market. So it really comes down to usage. Are you towing regularly? Are you hauling heavy equipment weekly? Do you operate in tighter job sites where a full-size truck is a hassle? If yes, this truck starts making sense. If not, you may be better off with a standard Ranger or stepping up to an F-150 for similar money. Who should buy the 2026 Ford Ranger Super Duty? Buy it if you run a small contracting business, you tow equipment frequently but hate full-size bulk, you need durability more than comfort, and you value maneuverability on job sites. This truck could be perfect for landscapers, electricians, rural property owners, and certain fleet operators. It offers a unique blend of strength and manageable size. Who should skip it? Skip it if you commute daily with no heavy loads, you want a smooth family ride, you rarely tow more than 5,000 pounds, or you're shopping primarily on fuel economy. In those cases, a standard Ranger, Tacoma, Colorado, or even a base F-150 may make more financial sense long-term. Should you buy it? The 2026 Ford Ranger Super Duty isn't a bad truck, but it's not for everyone. It's a specialized tool, and tools are only worth the money if you use them properly. For the right buyer, someone who genuinely needs mid-size heavy-duty strength, this could be one of the most practical new trucks on the market. For everyone else, it might feel like paying extra for capability you rarely tap into. Before buying, ask yourself one honest question. Will I actually use this truck's full potential? If the answer is yes, it could be a smart investment. If the answer is maybe, you might want to reconsider, because capability is impressive, but ownership costs are real. If this kind of honest, ownership-focused truck breakdown helps you make smarter buying decisions, consider subscribing. We don't hype, we analyze, and we'll keep breaking down the vehicles that actually affect your wallet.